What is going on, everyone? This is a very special episode of Jawbo, where we take a look and preview the 2025 NASCAR Truck Series Playoffs. I'm your host, Brendan Bryan. After 18 races, only 10 truckers remain in pursuit of the ever-elusive championship. Let's take a look at our contenders for the title. But before we do that, let me divulge how my predictions for the 2025 truck season have fared. They're okay. I made these predictions in a video that didn't get published because senior year is hard, believe it or not. So you'll just have to trust me, Scout's honor. First off, I successfully predicted 9 of the 10 playoff drivers. I know, I'm practically perfect. The only prediction I got wrong was Ben Rhodes, who was beat out by his teammate Jake Garcia. Congrats to him. In my preseason predictions, I had Caden Honeycutt and Tyler Ankrum being eliminated in the round of 10. I had Ben Rhodes, Grant Enfinger, Raja Caruth, and Lane Riggs being eliminated in the round of 8. Making your final 4 was Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, Daniel Hemrick, and Chandler Smith. And speaking of Smith, I had him winning the title. I also made some general predictions. I said that someone would win in the same manner as Austin Dillon at Richmond in 2024, and that win would not count towards the playoffs, eliminating said driver from the playoffs. Thankfully, that did not happen. I said that Frankie Muniz would come up very short at a super speedway race. That could still happen. And finally, Matt Crafton would retire at the end of the season, but he would win the fall Talladega race. He is retiring, and Talladega hasn't happened yet, so we'll just call all these predictions a wash. Alright, with that out of the way, let's take a look at the 2025 NASCAR Truck Series playoff field. Let's start things off with the last man in, Jake Garcia. Pretty surprising regular season from the third-year driver from ThorSport. After last year's less than stellar showing, the season felt a little bit like make or break, and well, to his credit, he is on pace to improve his career best statistics in every category. He has been fast in qualifying all year, scoring 2 poles and an 8.5 average starting spot, which are both second best in the series. However, he needs to translate his qualifying speed into race speed, as his average finishing position is only 8th best in the series. Now let's take a look at Raja Caruth. I had very high expectations for this team this year after a solid 2024. However, this team has taken a step back. Caruth's stats have deteriorated across the board, most notably his average finish, which has fallen 4 spots from an 11.6 to a 15.6, which is worst among the playoff drivers and 12th best in the series. He also has 4 DNFs this season compared to only 1 a year ago. He would not have made the playoffs without a win, but that is what he did at Nashville, and now finds himself in the playoffs. He also has led the 3rd most laps this season, so he has speed at least, and he made a deep playoff run a year ago. Can he recapture the magic? Caden Honeycutt. There was a lot of hype for him entering this year, and for the most part, I think he's lived up to those expectations. He hasn't won yet, granted, but he has done enough to comfortably point his way into the playoffs. There was some drama recently when his team Nice Motorsports fired him mid-season because he signed with a different team for 2026. Honeycutt thankfully was able to find a home at Hallmar Friesen Racing and seems to have not skipped a beat, scoring a 10th place finish at their debut in Richmond. The big worry for Honeycutt is that he's hot or cold, and that goes for every race, week to week. He will either be a top 5, a top 10 driver, or finish completely out of the top 20. His average finish is 10th best in the whole series and 9th best among the 10 playoff drivers. He is going to have to find some consistency if he is going to make it far. Now let's discuss the defending champion, Ty Majeski. It has been a bit of a down year for the champ, just kind of lacking the edge and competitive speed compared to last season. Instead of being a top 3 or 4 driver in the field week after week, now it's like 6th to 8th best driver. I can't rag on him too hard. A couple race outcomes have been out of his control, and he usually only gets hot around the playoffs. Though he can still make a run, his stats are showing fewer everything. Fewer laps led, fewer poles, worse starting position, and a worse average finish from a year ago. But don't count him out. He has proven everyone wrong before, including myself, and that is why he is the defending champion. Grant Enfinger, God among men.
My boy.
Makes it back to the playoffs again on points. Though his stats show that he is on pace to slightly improve his stats from a year ago, which took him all the way to the Final Four, by the way, the competition is much steeper this year. If he can make it out of the round of 10, he will be a threat to play upset again in the round of 8 and make another title push. However, his form as of late has been inconsistent. If you remember, he struggled in the round of 10 last year, barely advancing. But if he can advance, you know what they say, fourth time's a charm. Please be the charm. Tyler Ankrum was a driver I thought would either build or crumble after last year's success. And to Ankrum's credit, he has continued to improve, posting career best in all categories. He finally got the monkey off his back as well by winning at Rockingham. He has the 6th best average finish, tied for 3rd most top 10s, and tied for 2nd most top 5s are among his other accolades this season. If Ankrum is going to make a push for the Final Four, this is going to be a good year to do so. But he is going to have to go through the 4 best in the series to do so. Daniel Hemrick, teammate of Tyler Ankrum, was not going to replicate the video game stats of his predecessor Christian Eckes in 2024. But he has quietly done very well for himself. He is tied for the 2nd most top 5s, tied for the 2nd most top 10s, and has the 2nd best average finish in the series with a 9.4. Similar to his teammate Ankrum, Hemrick was able to get the monkey off his back and win at Martinsville. Hemrick has never been the flashiest driver, but his brutal consistency has gotten him an Xfinity title in the past. Don't be shocked if Hemrick can do the same in the Truck Series. Chandler Smith did not have a ride nearing Christmas last year, even after a deep playoff run with Joe Gibbs Racing in the Xfinity Series. He would thankfully be given a full-time and competitive ride that wasn't in the Xfinity Series, but in the Truck Series with Front Row Motorsports. If you remember, I had him winning the title in my preseason predictions. However, though the consistency has been there for this team, their winning speed has been lacking. Smith has only recorded 4 top 5 finishes this season, which is tied for 7th best in the series and 3rd worst among the playoff drivers. But, similar to Daniel Hemrick, Smith is a smooth and quiet operator of pure consistency with a knack for short tracks, where he has won at twice this year, Bristol and North Wilkesboro. Those 2 wins are tied for 2nd best in the series. He is tied for the 2nd most top 10s, 4th best average finish, and 4th most laps led. Like Hemrick, Smith isn't flashy, but he'll get the job done. And if he makes it to Phoenix, well, he has won this race before in trucks, but was not eligible for the title at the time, and has a 2.5 average finish at this track, so don't be shocked if he gets it done. Smith's teammate, Lane Riggs, is the opposite. Don't get me wrong, he's just as good, but instead of being quiet and consistent, he is loud and aggressive. He has found himself the antagonist of Corey Heim this year with incidents like North Wilkesboro, getting flipped off on the final lap by Carson Hocevar, who himself, by the way, is the model driver for fair and clean racing, wrecking at Lime Park, going for the lead, so on and so forth. Riggs has been entertaining to say the least and will make a lot of noise in the postseason that is both good and also most likely bad. Smith is tied for the 2nd most wins, tied for the 2nd most top 5s, tied for the 3rd most top 10s, 2nd most laps led, and has the 3rd best average finish in the field. He's good. Last year in his rookie season, Riggs missed the playoffs, but then played spoiler and won 2 races anyway. He is going to be competing at the front the whole way. His only weakness is himself and the friends he has made along the way this season. Finally, we have, well, God.
I am the golden god of this place!
Corey Heim is in his 3rd truck season and continues to dominate. He leads the series in every category. He has 7 wins, which is 5 more than the next best. He is the only driver with over 1,000 laps led in NASCAR's top 3 series and 860 more than second best in the Truck Series. His average finish is 3 positions better than second at 6.4. He also has 65 playoff points, which is 39 more than second best. He is on pace to crush his career best statistics in every category. He is the favorite to win it all. The only thing that can stop him is a misfire at Phoenix, the greatest choke of all time, divine intervention, or Lane Riggs' bumper, which is probably the latter is the most likely. Regardless, similar to Christian Eckes a year ago, this is a historic season of dominance, and it's not even over yet. The battle for Heim is just beginning. That is your 2025 Truck Series playoff field. Now let's take a look at the playoff schedule. In the round of 10, we have Darlington, Bristol, and New Hampshire. After that, the bottom 2 drivers will be eliminated. Then in the round of 8, we have the Roval, Talladega, and Martinsville, which is just an insane round of tracks. Then for the championship race, we go to Phoenix.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Time to make some playoff predictions that are obviously going to be 100% accurate. Have I ever lied to you? 9 for 10, like I said. Pretty much perfect. In the round of 10, I think the battle will be between Garcia, Carruth, Honeycutt, and Enfinger. I think Enfinger's experience gets him out of this round. As for the other 3, Garcia has the qualifying speed, which will help gain him stage points early in the race. Carruth has the pure speed with his Spire Motorsports truck, and Honeycutt has the talent, but is inconsistent. Ultimately, I'm taking Caden Honeycutt to advance, as I think the 2 short tracks in this round favor him. That means I have Jake Garcia and Raja Carruth being eliminated in the round of 10. The round of 8 this year for the trucks is, like I said earlier, just good grief. We have a road course, a super speedway, and a short track. They laid down the gauntlet this year. I think Heim's playoff points will carry him through if he doesn't win one or all of these races. For Smith and Hemrick, who rely on blinding consistency, having 2 wild cards in a road course and a super speedway really shakes up things, and one bad race in either of those 2 events could eliminate them. Ankrum, a solid all-around driver. If he stays out of trouble and finishes well in each event, he can advance. I really don't like this round, though, for Honeycutt and Majeski. Martinsville, to me, seems like their only chance. I do not see them performing well enough at the other 2 tracks to point their way in. Grant Enfinger, I really like Talladega and Martinsville for him. But if he falls behind at the Roval, he might find himself in an increasingly desperate situation for the rest of the round. Finally, Lane Riggs. He could easily win, point his way in, or wreck and be eliminated trying. Outside of Corey Heim, this is a hard Final Four to predict. I'll take Daniel Hemrick based on his consistency. I'll take Riggs because fortune favors the bold. And then I'm taking... Gosh, this is tough. I'm bouncing between Smith, Enfinger, and Ankrum. All have a case to make it. Gosh, I'm going to kick myself for this, but I'm taking Chandler Smith to make the Final Four. That means Ty Majeski, Caden Honeycutt, Tyler Ankrum, and Grant Enfinger will miss out. I'm sorry, Grant. Please prove me wrong again this postseason.
I gave you all I had.
So the Final Four is going to be, according to my accurate predictions, Corey Heim, Daniel Hemrick, Lane Riggs, and Chandler Smith. And to be honest, with this being a winner-take-all event, anyone can obviously win this. Ultimately, everyone will be in the fight, but I think it will come down between Heim and Smith. And you know what? Third time will be a charm. I'm taking Corey Heim to win it all this postseason, who has come up short in this same situation the last 2 years, which doesn't really bode well, but I digress. I'm taking Corey Heim to be your 2025 NASCAR Truck Series champion. Gosh, I couldn't have picked a more obvious pick for this one. There you have it, a preview, overview, and predictions for the 2025 NASCAR Truck Series playoffs. I'm absolutely pumped for the postseason. It's going to be a fun one. Let me know your predictions or hot takes for the 2025 NASCAR Truck Series playoffs. Thank you all so much for listening to this special episode of Jawbo. I've been your host, Brendan Bryan, and I will see you all again next time.